Alright, this is episode number 61, and we'll get it right one day. Got my beverage here, and as usual, we're just going to wait a few minutes for people to get over here from the Ramsey show over on the YouTube. Actually, we're on the YouTube too, but we're also on Twitch. Got a couple people looking at it over there, at least a couple, which is better than zero. So if anybody makes smarter financial decisions as a result of seeing anything I say, that's just great. I will type in my info. What up, AJ? AJ, normally I wouldn't be like that to a prospective client, but a troll posted the same exact stuff that guy was saying in my in comments last week. Same exact stuff he was saying. Where was I? Oh. NB coach. Steve Money. AJ, Steve. Hey, when AJ goes fishing, it's not catch and release. I got you. I got you. Alrighty. And we'll just wait another 30 seconds or so. No, I appreciate it, AJ. I appreciate it, but I mean, also that person was in the chat before and said he wasn't going to sell. I mean, it's possible he's real. Who knows? Who knows? But, you know, I mean, we're trained not to, not to force people. You know, so, I mean, if he's going to go into attitude where, I mean, he wants somebody that's more polished or whatever and he'll feel better, that's fine. Ellie says when she was a kid, she caught a fish with her bare hands. Seriously think it's a fluke. Try again, Ellie. Did you try more than once? If you could do it more than once, probably not a fluke. Cleaning my glasses. Didn't do it ahead of time. Yes. Whatever I can do to look sketchy and not professional. Alright. AJ snagged a bird out of a tree. Fun with animals. Fun with animals. You should try that, Ellie. Alright. I'm going to try this today. We'll see how it works. Tote sketch, AJ. Tote sketch. Yeah. 7 a.m. waking up in the morning. Gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs. Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. Seeing everything, the time is going on and on and on. Everybody's going. I see my friend kicking in the front seat, kicking in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up for what seat can I take. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Looking forward to the weekend, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, yeah. Partying, yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Do. from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show, Aftershow show, where we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I am a certified Ramsey Solutions financials coach. Ramsey Solutions doesn't think I'm sketch. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment by emailing your contact info to coachstevemoney@gmail.com, as is in the top of the chat. You can also reach me on Instagram and Twitter, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, the URL is paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right, and that was the normal song I do on Fridays. It's called Friday, and I screwed up the beginning. I was reading the lyrics off of my notes instead of reading the karaoke lyrics. So I started in the wrong spot, and I sung too low to begin with. I can sing higher than that. Oh well. We'll try it again. We'll try it again next Friday, maybe. Thanks for the IOs. Appreciate it. How is the mix as far as my voice and the music, though? I was trying not to have the music be so loud. Today's Ramsey Show was a replay from April 22nd, 2021, and the hosts were Dave Ramsey and Dr. John Deloney, who is a friend of the Aftershow, and he's the author of Redefining Anxiety. You can get that from Ramsey Solutions Store, RamseySolutions.com. He and Rachel Cruz will be doing another money and marriage event July 16th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is free for Ramsey Plus members. Tickets start at $20 otherwise. And I forgot to change it to this webpage before I started talking about the money and marriage event. But there it is right there. It was AJ says spot on again. AJ, I think you might be too supportive. I appreciate the love. Amazon has Ramsey books also. Ellie is correct. Let's check the Ramsey Solutions. Sometimes is cheaper. Sometimes Amazon is cheaper, I think. Ellie says, so we are now pursuing hubby changing careers. Lots of things about to change in life. All right, Ellie. Sounds very excited. Are you excited about it? And did you find out whether did they notify you whether you have to move or not? No, AJ. I like the support actually. I like the love. I like the attention actually. So yeah, no need to be. Oh yeah. Change can definitely be nervous. Make you nervous. Make you want to hurl. Absolutely. Alrighty, so I've left the Money and Marriage live stream announcement up. Many thanks to John Deloney and the Ramsey Mod for coming into the show Wednesday. And of course I wasn't using the new setup. Of course I was using the old setup where it's just me on the webcam. Let's see. But you probably want to see this. Look at the numbers. So much stuff up. Market report. The market recovered and then some from yesterday's losses. New records for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the NASDAQ Composite, and the S&P 500. But even though it was up 2.17%, the Russell Index, which is the small cap index, that's still 3.5% shy of its record set back on March 15th. It up until like for 5 or 6 months or so, until March 15th, it kept going up and up and up and up and up, and then since March it came back down 3%, and then it's been going up and down. Ellie's scared crapless. Have no clue if you still have to move or not. Right, because they don't have to give you. They only have to give you 30 days notice. That is. How have you been in touch with them? More have you tried to get in touch with like actual owners or something like that, and try to appeal to somebody's good nature, so you don't have to wait till the last second. AJ's up 1.1%. Why are there single stocks on there? Because this is just Google's finance page. Of course, we don't recommend single stocks. We recommend managed mutual funds for retirement, index funds for saving for a purchase, just as the Ramsey stuff is. But the single stocks are inside the mutual funds, so it's interesting to look at them sometimes. Ellie is a property manager, hasn't had time to call. Right, I would make time to call him. Maybe Monday, assuming they're not working on the weekend. Yeah, maybe Monday, and just try to appeal to their good nature and see if you can have some. We're not gonna do that, AJ. Don't be frightened. But yeah, appeal to try to see if you can appeal to their good nature and tell them, you know, you got a family, do whatever you can. What up, Clay? I remember you. You know, do whatever you got to do to try to, you know, tell them you got kids. You know, anything you can do to get them to try to find out ahead of the 30 days. You know, say by law they only have to give 30 days, but you would appreciate any extra time, any extra notice that you could get. And that you appreciate their cooperation, that kind of thing. So that is good. Let's go back to that page. Okay, so I had to run an errand and go to the bank today to deposit some checks for my boss. And so I have 2 bank stories. I don't have a theme for bank stories. I should get it. I should make one. Maybe something about having bank and bags and such. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, drive-through lanes. Now, I decided to go to the drive-through because there were only 2 cars. There was 1 car in each bay. And now they have the white line in between the 2, but every time, it seems like every time I pick a line, it's the one that takes the longest. So this time I decided to get right in the middle, right on the center of that white line behind both of the cars, and that way I could pull into whichever one. No chime shares, Richie. We do not endorse those at all. Where was I? Oh, drive-through. So I got in the middle so I could turn into whichever lane freed up first. Okay, and it was like taking people forever. The 2 cars that were there, it was taking them forever and ever to get their banking done. And one of them, I found out what the problem was when I got up there. But so one person came up behind me and just got behind me, right in the center behind me, and then another car came up, and right as the person on the right was leaving. So I got in that spot, and so I was there. And then I was thrilled to see that the 2 people behind me, they stayed in the line in the center. They didn't like pull off and decide to pick one way or the other. They did the same thing that I did by waiting to see who would get done. And they are glad that they didn't pull into the left side so that they could go where I was, because I was in and out of there very quickly. The second story is the guy on the left side. He was trying. He had, and I don't know if he owned the company or what, but he had a check written out to him from a company, and he wanted it. It was written out to him. He wanted it deposited back into the company funds. And the clerk was trying to, I mean, I wasn't eavesdropping. You could hear it plain as day. I wasn't even trying to listen, and you could hear everything. The bank teller was trying to explain to them, okay, if you just tear that check up, the money will stay with the company, and you don't have to do anything. in order for us to do it like you want it, though, you'd have to take the money out, you'd have to get it, and then you'd have to do a deposit slip back into the company. The guy was saying, well, like another branch does this for me all the time, and the teller was like, I don't know how they're doing that because we can't do that. We can't do that. And he still didn't understand. He said, no, you mean I can just tear it up and it'll stay in my account? What? So he just didn't get it. So anyway, about that time he was still talking, trying to get his transaction done, and I was out. So the next person behind me, since he didn't pick that lane, he was able to get behind me. So bank stories. Alright, let's see. Clay was traveling, still at parents' house in Georgia. Supposed to head back on Tuesday. He got sick, been sick ever since. Had to get a cut, but you don't have COVID, hopefully. Ellie's writing it down to remind herself to call on Monday, because she keeps forgetting to write it down anymore. Alright. He still feels like crap, but at least fever is gone a couple of days. That's good. Ellie telling AJ she saw an article. Who has the best tacos? Austin and San Antonio face off in Taco Rumble. That's probably a pretty good fight there. There was a bunch of taco talk in the Ramsey show chat today. Do I have a... No, there's no picture for this. The article did not have a picture, but there was an article somewhere. Let's see if I got where it was. Nope. So an uncredited article that says the backyard pool has become a big moneymaker. A combination of factors has been fueling the trend for years. Many Americans are moving to the suburbs, migrating to warmer states, and increasingly looking to make their own yards better places to spend time in. Retailers and distributors such as Leslie's and Pool Corp are aiming to conquer the large and growing pool supply market, which offers pretty steady revenues from consumers trying to keep their pool water from turning green. There are some short-term challenges, including a shortage of chlorine tablets, which I have seen at my part-time job, resulting in part from a large fire at a plant in Louisiana. Our Louisiana field reporter has not chimed in about that at all, so I don't know when that was. I'll have to get her on that. And that large fire at that plant in Louisiana has created a chlorine shortage, constricting supply and raising prices. Longer term, pullbacks in the housing market could restrict new pool construction. But once a house has a pool in the backyard, the most economical thing to do is maintain it. So companies who bet on maintenance are likely to see steady sales. And as far as personal stories, at my part-time job, which is Menards, which is a Home Depot / Lowe's type of big hardware store, we ran out. Obviously, we don't do the in-ground pools. We do the, on above ground pools. But we ran out of them last year. I'm sure part due to the pandy and supply and so forth. Last year we ran out before July 4th and never got any more in until the start of this season, which was like in March or so. And we're all sold out of anything above a $20 pool. We're all sold out of. We get maybe one or two. We got one of the $500 ones, the 16-foot, in today, but they're very, very spotty as far as coming in. So as soon as they come in, they're gone. Let's see. Well, upcoming streams. This show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, is on every weekday right after the Ramsey Show YouTube video ends, which is around 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes they go a little over. I think they did today. And tonight, right after this, well, depending on what time I finish, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm doing board gaming with Stephen Glenn, and he and I are going to continue playing the NFL dice game Pay Dirt. And we are currently tied in the second quarter at 7. And we are playing the What If Super Bowl game of 1983, which was the then Washington Redskins and the then and still Miami Dolphins. Of course, what actually happened was the Dolphins had lost to the Redskins the previous Super Bowl, and they drafted Dan Marino, and then they got knocked out by the Seahawks, who were still in the AFC at that time. They got knocked out by the Seahawks in that playoff, and so never went any further. But so my friend Stephen Glenn is a Dolphins fan, and so he likes to imagine that what could have been if they had gotten there, and so that's what we're playing. And so we'll be doing that starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, I will usually start a live stream just for chatting if the Ramsey Show mod has not posted that day's show by 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as was the case 3 days last week. So just a place for us to chat. Father-daughter video gaming hopefully will continue this coming week. We still need to pick a game to play, but hopefully we'll be able to get that going. It took us 13 streams. It was a very long game to play It Takes Two, and that's an excellent co-op game. Highly, highly recommend it, and it was free with my EA Play Pro subscription, which is used to be called Origin Access Premier Pro, and that's basically for $100 you get almost all their games. I was buying Madden for $60 a year anyway, and so if I would buy one other game from them a year, that would be over the $100 mark. So I think it's a good job. Ways to see if Coach can pronounce sopapilla. I took 4 years of Spanish, Ellie, in the high school. So, what do you think about that? Let's do Ohio fact of the day. Akron is the rubber capital of the world, is the Ohio fact of the day. It's also LeBron James's hometown. Ellie did not know that. I did not know that either. I didn't know any of the facts so far, except I knew Hang On Sloopy was the state rock song. I knew that. Yeah, that's the only one I knew so far. So it's fun to learn about your town. Maybe eventually I'll do Columbus facts, because I've been living here about 20 years, and a lot of times it still doesn't feel like home. I miss the ocean, Virginia Beach. Let's see. Let's do a Sid article. Oh, you didn't know I took Spanish? Yes, I did for, I took it for 4 years, and that was a good idea because that kept my grade point average up. I got all A's, all straight A's, so that's why I had to take it all 4 years. And I've been able to speak a little bit of it recently because a girl started working at Menards, a young lady started working at Menards, and she is Hispanic, and so I heard her talking some Spanish, and so do your second hour in Spanish. Yeah. I cannot do that at all. Most of my conversations with her are like "Hola, chica," which means "Hi, girl." But we say a few words to each other in Spanish. It's fun. And my son took his first year of it this year in his this past year in his junior year of high school. He will be a senior in August. Time flies, huh? All right, so from our field reporter that didn't tell us about the Louisiana chlorine fire of 2021. The ocean is, the Maryland has changed and not for the better, or oceans in general? Inappropriate Spanish is fun as well, Ellie. Alrighty, as you can see by the article on Yahoo Finance, the best time of year to retire to maximize your benefits. Have not looked at this at all before this moment. So, let's read together, shall we? You've been dreaming of the day for decades, and now it's almost here. This year or next, you plan to retire, but choosing the precise day to call it quits can be a tricky decision. Make a wrong move, and you could pay a hefty financial price. Fortunately, experts can help steer you away from making big retirement mistakes. Here are some suggestions from financial planners about the ideal time to leave your job in the next couple of years. The first day following your original service date. Employees who work for the government and other employers offering a defined benefit pension should confirm their initial dates of service with the Human Resources Department before scheduling their last days, right? So they get the full year. Yeah, one more year of service credit towards your pension calculation. Yep, saw that one coming up Broadway, I guess. I'm trying to think what the Columbus equivalent would that be. Not me. Yep, probably Broad Street maybe is, or High Street maybe. High Street goes like right through Ohio State campus and stuff. AJ's gonna have to head out. Probably some meat to cook. Isn't there a second ooh on Yahoo? I don't think so. I think it might be. I don't know. I'll have to listen to it. We will take care. We will be safe, and we will be good. The person on Twitch went away. Obviously saw the Ramsey name. Obviously knew he was against timeshares. So that's good, you know. I mean, people are seeing it over there. That's why I'm not taking care of it as much as I am YouTube. But you know, why not? If I can stream there too, you know, why not? The very beginning or end of the year, that you have access to cash reserves to cover 3 to 5 years of retirement expenses. That way you don't need to pull money out of investments such as stocks during a downturn. Another alternative is to work part-time from home. And this would be like setting up the bridge account to get you to a certain date when you can, when it's better for you to pull out retirement expenses of retirement accounts, as far as like the age you have to wait for, or if, like they say, if the market's in a downturn, you don't want to get them penalties just from it being down. You don't want to get penalized by that. Capitalism penalties right there. Story continues. Click this so we can make money. Be aware of your age before you start withdrawing money from retirement accounts. If you turn 59.5 years old at any point during the year you're planning to retire, then wait to take money from your retirement accounts until that time. You'll avoid a 10%. Right. So what they're saying is if you turn 59 and retire, leave that money until you're 59.5 years old. Because that's what you'll have to be to avoid the penalty. When you can avoid a required minimum distribution. The rules have recently changed, certainly have. It used to be that beginning at age 70.5 years, you were required to take a minimum distribution from retirement accounts such as 401k plans and traditional IRAs, and that still is true if you reach 70.5 before January 1st, 2020. However, according to the Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Enhancement Act of 2019, that's got to spell something. SECURE. Secure. Oh, look at that. Look what they did. You see what they did there? Setting every community up for retirement enhancement. That's not it. Of 2019. If you've reached 70, see they're worth their money over there, right? In our nation's capital. If you reach 70.5 on January 1st, 2020 or after, you do not have to take your first required minimum distribution until April 1st. April Fool's of the year until after you reach age 72. Then every following year you must take your annual required minimum distribution, or RMD, by December 31st. Even though you're generally required to take a required minimum distribution by April 1 of the year following your 72nd birthday, there's an exception if you're still employed and you have an employer-based 401k through your current workplace. As long as you keep working, you won't have to take your first RMD out until you retire. Unfortunately, this only works for employer-based retirement accounts, not IRAs. And why they have the required minimum distribution is they don't want you to keep getting that free growth on that. Let's see. When you can maximize Social Security benefits, the longer you wait, the better. Up to a point, let's see what it is. Older clients who can still earn a paycheck to hold off on claiming Social Security at least until you turn 66. Before that age, the current full retirement age and the Social Security Administration rules for most considering retirement, you will be penalized if you earn more than $18,960 in 2021. So Social Security will withhold $1 of benefits for every $2 earned above that amount if you claim before your 66th birthday. So don't do that if you possibly can avoid it. For people born 1943 to 1954, the full retirement age is 66. 55 and beyond, the full retirement age increases a bit each year until it reaches age 67 for people born in 1960 or later. Workers can begin claiming Social Security benefits early at age 62, but it's going to reduce the monthly benefits. However, with the reduction based on the number of months they receive benefits before reaching full retirement age. Yeah, so you want to wait to, if you turn at age 70 at any point during the next year, then claim Social Security. You will not receive any monetary benefit for delaying it further. So 70, you'll get the most. So if you can delay it that long, do so. Social Security Administration also recommends looking into signing up for Medicare at age 65. It's better if you're self-insured. What up, CP? Where's that? Better if you are self-insured. Oh, no, I said that. Better if you're self-insured than signing up for Medicare. But check out enrolling in Medicare might impact your workplace-sponsored health coverage. And when you've done enough retirement research, before retiring, have a solid grasp on how much you will spend each year. Develop strategies for using investment income and other sources to supplement pension and Social Security benefits. Think long and hard about how you will spend your days well before putting in your 2 weeks notice and leaving the workforce. Anyone considering retirement soon, might want to try semi-retirement first and explore fulfilling activities before calling it quits for good, said Kim E. Jones, a certified financial planner with Jones Strategic Financial Planning, which has locations in Colorado and Denver. It's a good time to retire if you feel ready to leave your job and you have done a thorough financial analysis as to your ability to not outlive your money. Deciding to retire should not be a wing it decision. Alrighty. Once again, Rachel and John's Money and Marriage live stream. A digital date night is Friday, July 16th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Other time zones, you can do your own math about that. Glad you're feeling better, CP. Christopher Pittman did my my YouTube chat logo and my watermark and my YouTube channel banner, which is right there. He designed that. He can help you with any kind of branding stuff. You can get him at designedbypittman@gmail.com. Talk amongst yourselves while I type that in, because we know how it works while I try to talk and type at the same time. There we go. designedbypittman@gmail.com. And he will be able to take care of your branding needs. Shirts, caps, anything you want, probably. You know, probably not tattoos, but you know, I don't know. You have to ask him about that, what he does there. But there's our friend of the show, the after show, John Deloney. Hopefully he'll come back in and I can treat him kinder. I thought he was a troll when he came in this past Wednesday. Let's see, what else we got? Did I hit everything? CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com for a free, I'll just type it in again, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Both of my mods are off today, apparently. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can email me for a free financial coaching consultation assessment. We can talk about where you are and where your goals at. It does not hurt to have a third party that's not too close to your situation. Take a look at your numbers. It can only help. And as I said, following this show tonight, in about 19 minutes, my friend that I met in the 90s when we were both working on that Virginia Beach oceanfront that I miss. We were working night audit at hotels, and he is a board game designer, and we do a show called Board Gaming with Stephen Glenn, and we're actually not, it doesn't involve a board, but we are playing a dice game. If you can imagine kind of a Dungeons and Dragons, but with it's NFL teams. And you do the dice rolls, and what the dice rolls do, you have charts made out by people that more or less know what they're doing, that analyze every team from the specific years, and they have it mapped out, like how good they were on special teams, so how good they were on field goals and that kind of thing. And so your rolls go to the chart, and then the chart gives the final answer. That combined with your rolls tells you. Christopher Pittman says, looking good with the slogan, I think so too. That's why I changed it immediately. Christopher Pittman, thank you for continuing to work for free for me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your support and everybody's support. Lost a few subscribers in the past week. We had 60, down to 58. But I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. So we'll get it back up there. I've hesitated on watching any how to get 1,000 subscribers videos, and I haven't read any articles either. I've been hesitating to do that. I will do that, I guess. Let's see. Ellie, I missed it. She had something re-retirement. Some states and federal workers get free healthcare as part of their retirement package. Oh yeah, so definitely look all into that. You have to look. You owe it to your retirement. You owe it to yourself to check out every possible benefit you can have. Let's see. AJ didn't say what he was making, did he? No, he did. He did not. He had to bounce quickly. That's all right. Ellie said she sent me an article about Biden administration cancels a total of 1.5 billion of student debt. I think I might have done that one. If that was what is it? ITT? No, TCC. I think. Yeah, TCC. Something technical. Something I can't remember. But it was, they were fraudulent university, kind of. They were fraudulent, more like a trade school, I think. But anyway, they were being fraudulent about student loans and like guaranteeing things that they didn't follow through on. And so, yeah, those definitely got canceled. If that's the same, is that the same thing you were talking about? I did do that article before. Or a different article maybe about that if that's a new one, but I will look at it and make sure it's not a new one. But yeah, that happens. That's happened quite a few times, and I believe the article said every president, like for the past 3 or 4 presidents, have all done those because just the institution was not being legit. So, and that didn't have anything to do with just the overall thing about everybody thinks the Westwood College. Okay, but is it the same? Is it the same deal about there being fraudulent? And so, and I realize that's a way to, if you do those, that's at least you doing some. But I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. Maryland Schools of Beauty and the Court Reporting Institute. Yeah, there's a lot of people not being straight with students, and they're about them taking out loans and guaranteeing placement and all that stuff. It's I mean, if they make promises they can't deliver, I mean, I guess the government does have to step in there. So. And also this, any president also, whether it's his agenda to forgive all student loans or not, them doing it when there's definitely been wrongdoing, that only makes them look good. So I do get that. I will look over that and see if there's any other tidbits of information to pull out of that one. That would be interesting. I appreciate it. Ellie says, even when she signed up for all her loans, she doesn't think she was educated enough about what she was signing. No, and what 18-year-old is, really? I mean, what 18-year-old is gonna be, not just knowledgeable enough. It's not even that they're stupid. A lot of people, when they get accepted into these colleges, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. They just maybe don't even know enough to know that they should be looking into this stuff. So yeah, that's it's all about education on that, and hopefully the schools that are doing foundations and finance, hopefully they address that as far as student loans being bad. I don't know if they go into all that in the foundations and finance curriculum about just don't do student loans. I would like to believe that they do, but again, I don't know that curriculum. Everything that's included that or anything that's left out of it. So, but I'm sure if Dave had his way, they would say that. So, Ellie says you don't realize how much you're actually going to have to pay when you graduate, right? Especially in context with income and budgeting, right? Right, because you don't know, because you think, okay, well, I'm borrowing X, but I'll be making X. You're assuming you're going to graduate, which not necessarily going to happen. You assume that you'll be able to get a job in your field making X amount of money, not necessarily going to happen. So that's the other thing. I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You can do all that, and I mean, it happens all the time. Some females do that, and then they get pregnant, and then they want to stay home with the baby, you know, which is fine, but you got all these student loans you got to pay for as well. So, you know, and they just don't think about all this stuff. And so I hope, you know, all that stuff is in that curriculum, and if not, I hope something is in place where that addresses that. So, all right, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break before my gaming stream. I appreciate all you guys joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That will really help. And liking and clicking the notification bell. And you don't have to smash it. You don't have to smash it. You can just lightly click on it and it'll work. If you lightly click on the subscribe button, I'd appreciate it muchly. All right, Christopher Pittman. See you soon. Chris, if you're not feeling bad, go to bed, my man. You know, I know you probably want to see Steve because you're into the board gaming and stuff. Yeah, you go to bed if you're not feeling well. You can always watch it later. I mean, we'll be glad to have you if you're going to be awake anyway. But if you can go to sleep, that's the best thing I like to do for when I'm sick. I just sleep and then let me wake up when I'm better. That's what I do. You have a good weekend too, Ellie. Thank you for coming by. And if you're watching this later, I appreciate it very much. I love doing this show. I love having my own show. I'm going to keep doing it. Going to keep doing it no matter what. Alrighty. Let's see here. I got to be on this screen to end the stream. So at this point I say, what's on the screen there? Make smart financial decisions every day. I'll see you in about 10 minutes if you guys are gonna want to watch some NFL dice game. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.